Hi everyone, Roger Reinert coming to you from the state capitol. For most of the session I've started off and I've told you, we're in week whatever. Starting this week, I think I'm going to count from the end instead of the beginning. So, should the legislature go to the constitutional deadline, we have 4 weeks left, including this one. I'm still hopeful that we will get done sooner than that. I really don't see any reason why we can't. There are 3 big pieces that are still kind of in the works. I mentioned those last week. One is a tax bill, that's in conference committee. One is the finance bill, that's in conference committee. And the third big piece is the bonding bill. And sometime this week, the Senate will release our bonding bill. I would tell you what the details are, but I'm not on that committee and I'm not the chair, so I don't know what they are. But I am very hopeful and optimistic for the various Duluth projects that are in there, as well as something called Higher Education Asset and Preservation Dollars, which go to the MnSCU and university system throughout the state. Both Lake Superior College and UMD have some important projects that would be funded through those dollars. So we're definitely getting towards the end of session. We're on the floor every day, most of the day, doing what we call calendar bills, just the various things that work their way through the legislative process, get to the floor for a final vote, and then eventually make it to the governor's desk. And that's kind of where I'll wrap up today, just to give you sort of a sense of the scope of a legislative session. So over the course of a biennium, so that 2-year period, some 5,000 bills get introduced. What's important to keep in mind is that each year, probably about 200 actually make it into law, even less. So, I think the sense is that the legislature is just constantly creating laws, and certainly there are new laws made every year. But I think it's more important to keep in mind, and this will be the civics teacher lesson for today, that the democratic process and the legislative process is actually meant to make it difficult to pass laws and to change things. And that's sort of the safeguard we have built into the system. So stay tuned. This is either maybe 2 weeks to the end of session or maybe 4 weeks to the end of session. But either way, I'll have a better idea when I give you my update next week. So until then.